that point of either I stay solo or I work towards this, and we chose that partner, and we're so happy with you guys. We're happy to engage you just recently with finding a hygienist for us,
Yeah.
and then any other opportunity that's coming my way, I'm like, hey, let's go through Dental Partner Pros, because
Yep.
I just know it's going to take that burden off of me.
Yeah.
Right.
Dr. Eager, thank you so much for hopping on this call. Man, this has been
Thanks,
a
Brad.
long time coming. I'm really excited to do this today. So why don't you give us a little bit of context, who you are, where you practice, all that stuff.
Yeah, so I'm Dr. Bryce Eager. I practice down in St. George, Utah. I been practicing in this location for about 10 years, 12 years practicing total. And yeah.
Cool. Great. Well, this is exciting because we get to, I love these conversations because we're having this conversation because we recently just helped you find a great doctor, Dr. Geddes, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But
Okay.
before we jump into the present, I would love to jump back into the past. Before you decided to come and work with us, I mean, you had formed Gateway Oral Health Center and you were grinding and trying to build it. What was that state of mind that kind of finally took you over the edge of wanting to maybe go down this journey of finding another doctor?
Oh, awesome question. So I'd been working at building up Gateway Oral Health Center for about 8 years. So it was a part-time dental practice that I bought, transitioned. The owner doc, there wasn't room for two of us, so he left and I started, and it was part-time. And so we built and built and built, and then I got to a point where I reached my max capacity. So in terms of what I could handle mentally, what I could handle physically, and everything. And I just had the thought of, I can stay where I'm at and plateau, but I would have to put on the brakes. Like, I couldn't handle the flow of patients and I'd have to just slow things down. And I just kind of felt in my heart that the mission of Gateway is to help people have healthier lives through better mouth and oral health. And that's bigger than just me. And so I made that thought process of, I would like another doctor to continue growing this mission and helping more people on the professional level. On the personal level, I couldn't take time off. I felt guilty not going on vacations with the family. When I was on vacation with the family, I'd feel guilty that the office would be shut down, right? And so I felt guilt either way, if I do, if I don't. And so I'd cover all call. I would take all emergencies. I would do everything, right? And so one of the goals was then also with a partner is to have a little bit more work-life balance. So I hit that point of saying, okay, let's search for a partner.
Yeah. I remember the first call. I think you had heard about us on a podcast. We got on a call and you were just like, I can't keep doing this. I mean, that was the reality state of like, I can't keep at the pace I'm going. Plateauing. I don't want to slow down. I want to keep helping more and more patients. There's a huge demand. So what are we going to do?
Yep.
So that's when we started. Okay, let's think about engaging with Dentist Partner Pros and going through the associate hiring. When we first met and before you had kind of signed up, what made you, I guess, maybe hesitant about engaging with us?
So the biggest thing is, I was worried about Dental Partner Pros not understanding my philosophy of practice. That was the number one thing of, are they going to take the time to learn and understand what? Because I have a niche practice, and to find somebody, it would take someone special to plug in to that.
Yeah.
And so that was my biggest concern, to go, oh, they're going to think I'm nuts and crazy, and they're not going to know what I'm talking about. And that they're just going to grab any candidate and say, this is a good doctor. Boom. You guys are now there. That was my biggest concern.
Yeah. And obviously we were able to overcome that and you felt comfortable moving forward. And I think for you in particular, with this niche practice and wanting someone really particular, not like really particular, but you wanted someone to fit with your culture, fit with your team, with
Right.
your practice philosophy, all that stuff, which I think everyone should want in their
Right.
when bringing on the right fit. And then, so what we did is we met with you and your team, and we created what that ideal avatar.
Mhm.
And what did that feel like to you, as far as we sat down and like we came up with that list?
Yeah, it was awesome. Right, yeah, even backing up that first phone call that we had, introductory phone call, to see, I felt like you guys were listening and understood, had familiarity, um, and that it was just a sigh of relief that first phone call to go, okay, oof. Then the pre-work that you guys did building that avatar. So you listen to my wants and desires, and then my wife and my office manager, and then engage the whole team. So we all felt like we had a piece of building this who we're looking for, not just hey, this is what Dr. Eager would like, but also my team felt like, hey, they're listening to us. You guys came and visited our office and talked to us and had multiple calls with us, even before you even placed an ad, right?
Yeah.
Even before all of that. And so that was a boost to us to go, they're really looking for a good match, a long-term match for us.
Yeah. Yeah. So walk me through your journey. I mean, let's be honest, it was kind of a tougher journey for us to find the right fit. It just was. It took longer than any of us would have liked. We had an opportunity where we brought someone in who we felt like was a great fit, and then it actually didn't work out, and we had to go back to the drawing board. And tell me, the thing that I appreciated about working with you, Bryce, was how loyal and how much you treated us like we were your team. But from your mindset and your perspective, how did you go about, and what did you appreciate about kind of the working with us and the entire process from starting all the way to the point where obviously you've got a great fit now?
Yeah. I've appreciated you guys' attention to detail. And then also the reverse, that I have felt the loyalty from Dental Partner Pros back to myself and my team, being that I expected a few times for you guys to give up and to go, hey, we've searched for X number of time and we can't just find anyone. And I expected a couple of those phone calls to go that way. And every time we had that phone call, it was, here's 3 ideas that we came up with the team as alternative ways to search for you. Shift this over here. So it was always, where's the state of we at? How many applicants and how many are moving forward through your process? And then we still want to search for you. And that just meant the world to us. And so in the reverse, then hey, you guys are working. We're getting updates. So when we would get that weekly updates to go, hey, we had 2 interviews and we did this, or hey, there hasn't been much traction, let's consider this. We go, man, they're busting on the background that we don't see going on.
Yeah.
Stuff is happening. Let's wait to see where the next week goes, right? Right. But we did feel the your tenacity to find us excellent candidates, and then your attention to detail through those candidates to go, hey, personality wise, this probably isn't a good fit, or probably not what we're looking for that long-term partner for you in this area. So I don't know how many candidates, how many tens, 50s, hundreds, couple hundred candidates, I don't know, but we had confidence to go, you're going to show us the best, right? And so that just gave us to just go, it'll happen when it happens. And so it's been a good relationship with you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't speak highly enough about working with you. It's just been a total blessing to be able to work with you, help your team, and just we have felt, and this is the type of relationship we like to create with our clients. Like, we are a team. Hey, we are your recruiting department, vetting department. Like, you come to us when it's time to find someone. Ironically, we were just talking about, hey, we've got more people knocking on the door saying, and you're like, hey, I need you to go back and vet them and see, are they going to be right for our practice and stuff like that. So tell me a little bit of how valuable that you said attention to detail and all these things, but the value that came from you for you and the amount of clarity it gave you to be able to see, hey, this is exactly how they match on the ideal avatar. This is all the vetting they've done. How did that make you feel? And just kind of take me through that for a minute.
Yeah. So before I engaged you guys, I had tried to get a couple associates here and there, right? So that was
Yeah.
where my journey started was, a friend of friend, hey, I just met a dentist worked in my neighborhood. You should meet him. You need help. So we would get together. I'd go to here's my vetting. We go to dinner, we talk a little bit, but then we end up, hey, what do you like to do? What bird do you like? And you're a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. Here's what the office looks like. Okay, let's get this started, right? So
Yeah.
that's my vetting. And I wasn't successful at it. So I had placed a part-time associate, and that one didn't work out and brought extra stress into the office and into the team. And then I was like, oh man, how am I going to do this? And that's when I was searching, and I had looked at several companies. I heard your podcast, and I said, well, let's engage. Let's start
Yeah.
that first conversation. And when you guys knew about my practice and had, and I felt like your philosophy was a match. Okay, so into your attention to detail, avatar background, your personality testing, it gave me confidence to just I have a hard time letting go. So I love to
Yeah.
overanalyze. I love details. I love all of that. I love to overanalyze. But knowing that you guys were doing that, I was able to just take that off of my plate and say, hey, you guys are going to handle that part of it. And then you're going to show me the top candidates. And I don't have to have the stress and anxiety to go, is this a good match? I don't know. How are they going to do? How are they going to interact with my patients? How are they going to do the team? I was able to just let that go.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest values to go, I just need to have patience, trust your process, and when it happens, it'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that gives you a little bit of peace of mind, because running a dental
Yeah.
practice is, I mean, you're already juggling so many different things, trying to take care of your team, your patients, your family. And then to imagine throwing on top of that, doing all the recruiting and the vetting and trying to find the right fit and not make the most quick to rush gut reaction of like, okay, we seem to get along at dinner, let's bring them on in. But this process, I think, brings you peace of mind, it brings clarity, and it allows you to move forward with confidence, which is a great state to be in. So now into the present, we brought on Dr. Geddes. We've gone through a journey. How are you feeling now about things?
Oh, great. And one of your philosophies that really attracted me was what you guys call the courtship to marriage kind of phase,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And my wife and I, we were talking a month earlier before with you guys, and I was like, it is kind of, when you form this kind of contract, you're around each other a lot. It's kind of like a marriage. And so we talked about that. You brought it up, and it just made us laugh. So now I have an associate place. We have a pathway for him to become partner with me,
Yep.
and you guys are in the process with us. And so it's not just, hey, here's your candidate, it fits everything, have a nice life, call us if you need us again.
Yeah.
You guys have set it up so that, hey, we know that the road isn't going to be perfectly smooth. There's going to be little bumps, and we're going to help support you. We're going to help mediate. We're coach. We'll be there for you guys, and use us as part of that team in transition. So it gives me a resource to lean on, to go, hey, I've never had a partner. Like, I've been solo my whole career.
Yeah.
First office out of dental school. I was placed in the office. Here you go. Here's all the stuff, right? And so I've never worked with a partner. I need help and support to figure out how do we even schedule 2 doctors, and what team members look like? And so it's nice. We're trying to figure out as much as we can, but then we know that you're a phone call or an email to just go, hey, what do you guys think? And then your regular check-ins with us, and to go, hey, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And then checking in with the team. Hey, would you give us a survey? How are things going? It's anonymous. You don't even have to worry about anything. And so that we can get feedback up without feeling that they're going to be looked down upon, And
Yeah.
so having an established dentist that has a similar practice philosophy, who can get right to work, it's been such a blessing for us.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. And it's fun to watch, Bryce, because you seem happy. You seem excited.
Oh, yeah.
You were just emailing me the other night. Hey, Dr. Geddes and I were at dinner. We're talking about all the possibilities and all the future. And there's some real camaraderie, and it eliminates some of that loneliness for you. And so we're just happy for both of you guys. I mean, obviously there's a lot of growth still to happen and a lot of things to figure out. But now, hopefully, you can go take that vacation over spring break or fall break, and you're not going to feel guilty because you've got someone you trust, their dentistry is good, and you can go be with your family, and you can take care of it, and vice versa. You can scratch each other's back, and it really can free up that lifestyle if you wanted to.
Right. Yep. That's
Awesome.
that's exactly it. I was at that point of either I stay solo or I work towards this, and we chose that partner, and we're so happy with you guys. We're happy to engage you just recently with finding a hygienist for us.
Yeah.
And then any other opportunity that's coming my way, I'm like, hey, let's go through Dental Partner Pros, because I just know it's going to take that burden off of me.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it. Well, that's awesome. So, Bryce, last question for you. If somebody is watching this and they're possibly considering, should I bring on an associate? And if I do, should I work with Dentist Partner Pros? What would you be your recommendation?
Yeah. So without hesitation, from all the different ways that I've looked at finding and placing an associate, I wouldn't hesitate engaging. In fact, I have engaged you for further help in hygienists and other opportunities. And I plan in the future, any opportunity, any other dentist wanting to even look at our practice, I want you guys to vet them first for me. So someone new looking at Dental Partner Pros, I would say, don't even hesitate. Yeah, do homework and research to look at. But the ones that I looked at were more of just a placement and not there for a long-term commitment and help through the process and even afterwards. So, and then from my own side, just seeing the hard work, the dedication, the loyalty, commitment to find that for me, even though it took you guys way longer than what you guys thought would be there. And so I just think the world of your team.
Awesome. Well, we think the world of you and your team, and we're excited to keep working with you, Bryce. So thank you so much for doing this.
That's right.
We really appreciate it.